well, we've covered up SC, we've covered up what's happening in Manipur and the parliament, we've covered up what's happening in Nu. Brij Bhushan, you want to talk about? You want to go move towards Kerala?
I think we'll take Brij Bhushan first, because I think that's a statement that has been made, and interestingly enough, the papers have also covered it, and I think it is a topic of debate. All of them have covered it, and the thing about it is that I think it is the lawyer which hugging without any sexual intent, not offence. This is what Brij Bhushan's lawyer has said. Former WFI chief Brij Bhushan Singh on Wednesday refuted allegations of sexual harassment.
He was at the Rouse Avenue court essentially yesterday.
And questioned delay of 5 years by women wrestlers in levelling the accusations against him. Singh said if a coach, in the excitement of a win, hugs a player without any sexual intent, it cannot be made into a sexual harassment offence. Advocate Rajiv Mohan, appearing for Singh, argued that an offence under IPC 354A, sexual harassment, can only be made out if there is a sexual intent. Now, you're supposed to, in fact, it's going to be very difficult, right? When you're talking about, when he says that in the, happiness of that argument, you go hug a player, does it have an intent? How do you prove that intent? All those things it looks like the defense is building up a case on these fronts. But then, if you look at the kind of statements that was in fact given by the victims of this, him inappropriately touching, trying to say that he was trying to assess their breathing and other things, well, it is kind of a mix, and they think they're trying to, in fact, pick holes in those statements so that they can mount a defense.
If Brij Bhushan says that merely touching does not amount to criminal activity, who's deciding whether it amounts to criminal activity?
That's what I'm saying. They're trying to pick up holes, and they're trying to, in fact, build a very a defense on that, and trying to, push it off as some kind of professional act that he had carried out.
Building a defense on merely touching, merely hugging, these words, they're not going to go down well in the female community.
It's not going to go
well. What about the credibility of Brij Bhushan Singh himself?
That's what I was saying. If you look at the kind of statements that was made by them, this is how it had panned out, especially when it comes to the victims. I was saying that, right? He tried to pass it off, saying that he was trying the breathing exercises, he was trying to see whether they are fit and all. He's trying to push a kind of narrative saying that he was only doing it professionally, and in professional you tend to have such things to be done. My question is, I think if the woman found it uncomfortable, and it is, that means she well understood that it was not done in professional
I'll just
manners.
read out some arguments that were laid out by the advocate appearing for Brij Bhushan. He says, merely touching a woman without sexual intent, and you know what, get down in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen, what do you make out of this particular argument that has been levelled in the court for Brij Bhushan Singh in that sexual harassment case? It says, merely touching a woman without sexual intent doesn't involve criminal activity. The event is a wrestling event. The coaches are mostly male. If out of anxiety or joy of doing something for the nation, a coach hugs his student, it shouldn't be considered an offence. Advocate Rajiv Mohan, appearing for Brij Bhushan Singh, tells the additional Chief Metropolitan Magistrate Harjeet Singh Jaspal. That's what's happened. He also said that some of the cases mentioned by the wrestlers were outside the territorial jurisdiction of the Delhi court, and that cases that occurred outside India cannot be tried by the court without a sanction from the central government.
Look at that. Now look at that. Look at how they are looking at all the technicalities of it, trying to in fact find an escape.
Ladies and gentlemen, get down in the comment sections and
Kabir,
help me understand what is it and how is it that the public is viewing these statements coming out of the sitting member of parliament.